The message from my stepmother lit up my phone screen as I sat in my Manhattan office, 60 floors above the city. After discussing with your father, we've decided you're no longer welcome at Crystal Cove Resort. Your behavior at the charity gala was embarrassing. Your membership has been revoked. I leaned back in my chair, staring at the floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking Central Park. The behavior she referred to was me exposing how the charity foundation they ran was spending less than 2% on actual charitable works. The rest funded their lavish lifestyle at Crystal Cove, their precious, exclusive resort in the Hamptons. My executive assistant, James, knocked and entered with my afternoon coffee. Ms. Chin, the banking division reports are ready for your review. Thank you, James. I accepted the coffee, still looking at the text. Tell me, how long have my father and Diana been members at Crystal Cove? 15 years, he replied promptly. Since shortly after your father married her. They maintain the presidential suite year-round. I nodded, remembering the day they'd kicked me out of that same suite when I was 17. Diana had decided she needed it for her wellness retreats. Really just excuse for her friends to drink champagne and gossip about their stepchildren. My phone buzzed again. Security has been notified. Don't embarrass yourself by trying to enter. The corner of my mouth twitched. Diana had no idea that 3 months ago, Chin Financial Holdings, my company, had quietly acquired the entire Sterling Properties portfolio, including Crystal Cove Resort, through a complex series of transactions. I'd kept the acquisition private, maintaining the Sterling name while restructuring the company from within. Not even the resort management knew their paychecks now came from my accounts. I'd planned to reveal my ownership at the next board meeting, but Diana's text changed everything. James, I said, opening my laptop, please pull up the Sterling Properties Management interface. And get me live security feeds from Crystal Cove. Right away, Ms. Chin. His fingers flew across his tablet. Multiple screens lit up on my office wall, showing various areas of the resort. There they were, my father and Diana, enjoying couples massages in the spa's premium suite. She was sipping champagne while complaining to her massage therapist about ungrateful stepdaughters who don't know their place. They're using their Platinum Elite membership cards for the services, James reported. Current tab for today, $2,800. I smiled, fingers hovering over my keyboard. Let's see how they like having their access revoked mid-massage. Ms. Chen, James said carefully, would you like me to prepare the usual press release for management changes? No, I replied, beginning to type. This time I want to handle it personally. The system prompt appeared on my screen. Confirm membership status change? I thought about all the family events I'd been excluded from, all the times Diana had made it clear I wasn't resort material, despite my Yale MBA and growing success in finance. The final straw had been discovering they were using the charity foundation to fund their lifestyle while denying grants to actually needy students. Sometimes, I said, hitting the enter key, karma needs a little help. The message went out to all Sterling Properties terminals. Attention all Sterling Properties. Effective immediately, the Anderson family's access is revoked. On the security feed, I watched as Diana's spa room door chimed, indicating her membership card had just stopped working. The show was about to begin. The spa's security feed provided a deliciously clear view as Diana's electronic wristband flashed red at the massage room's charging station. Her therapist's tablet simultaneously displayed, payment method declined. There must be some mistake, Diana's voice crackled through the feed. She sat up, clutching the massage table's sheet to her chest. Run it again. The therapist tried once more. I'm sorry, Mrs. Anderson, but your membership appears to have been suspended. All services are immediately terminated. In the adjacent room, my father's massage also ground to a halt. Through the security feed, I watched him fumble for his phone, face reddening. This is ridiculous. I'm calling management. James, I said quietly, patch their call to my direct line. Moments later, my office phone rang. I put it on speaker. This is Richard Anderson. There's some problem with our Platinum Elite membership. Fix it immediately. Good afternoon, Father, I said smoothly. I'm afraid your membership hasn't experienced a technical error. It's been permanently revoked. Silence. Then, Emily. The one you banned an hour ago, I confirmed. Though as the new owner of Sterling Properties, I find it interesting that you thought you had that authority. More silence. In the security feed, I watched Diana frantically wrapping herself in a robe, her perfectly maintained facade cracking. Owner, she finally sputtered. That's impossible. Sterling Properties is owned by Chin Financial Holdings, I interrupted. For the past 3 months, actually. We acquired the entire portfolio including Crystal Cove Resort, the Hampton Marina Club and all 18 golf courses. Check your phone. The press release is going live now. On screen I watched both of them scrambling for their phones. The news alerts were impossible to miss. Sterling Properties acquired by Chin Financial, Emily Chin, 32 revealed AS Newsio. You can't do this, Diana hissed. Your father and I are founding members. We have contracts. Had contracts, I corrected. Section 8, Paragraph 3 of your membership agreement gives management the right to terminate for cause. Would you like me to cite your violations? Starting with the Charity Foundation fraud. My father's voice turned conciliatory. Now, Emily, let's discuss this reasonably. Perhaps over dinner. In the presidential suite? I asked innocently. I'm afraid that won't be possible. I've already donated it to the National Merit Scholars Program. They'll be using it for actual charitable purposes, housing scholarship recipients during college visits. Through the feed, I watched Diana sink into a spa chair, her perfectly styled hair coming undone. All our things are in that suite, she whispered. Yes, I agreed. Security is boxing them up now. You have 1 hour to collect your belongings before they're donated to the domestic violence shelter you refused to fund last month. Emily, my father tried again. You're making a mistake. The board won't stand for. The board that I appointed 3 months ago? I pulled up another screen. They're in my conference room right now reviewing the Charity Foundation's books. The SEC is particularly interested in those administrative expenses you've been claiming. The security feed showed Diana's face draining of color as realization set in. Every luxury weekend, every spa treatment, every gourmet meal they'd charged to the foundation was documented. And I had all the receipts. 1 hour, I repeated. Tick-tock. The spa manager appeared on screen, holding their now deactivated membership cards. Mr. and Mrs. Anderson? I'll need to escort you to collect your belongings. I watched as my father and stepmother, still in their spa robes, were led through the lobby they'd once ruled like royalty. Other members, the ones who'd faced Diana's social snubs for years, didn't bother hiding their phones as they recorded the spectacle. James, I said, turning away from the screens, please ensure all their membership privileges at our other properties are also terminated. Golf clubs, beach clubs, everything. Already done, Ms. Chin, he replied. Should I prepare the Charity Foundation audit for the SEC? I smiled, watching Diana trip in her spa slippers as she rushed to the elevator. Oh no, let's give them time to really worry about what we might find. After all, karma works best when it's served cold. 1 month later, I sat in the newly renovated presidential suite, now transformed into a scholarship student welcome center. The opulent gold fixtures Diana had installed were gone, replaced by clean modern designs and study spaces. Where there had once been a champagne bar, there now stood a coffee station and computer lab. My phone buzzed with a news alert. Anderson Family Charity Foundation under federal investigation. Below it was a more personal message. Diana's 6th attempt at damage control this week. Emily, please. The country club is threatening to revoke our membership. The Greenwich House is underwater without the foundation's payments. Can't we discuss this? I swiped it away, turning instead to the student applications spread across my desk. 20 brilliant kids who would never have had a chance under the old regime. Their acceptance letters to the new Sterling Scholars Program were ready for my signature. Miss Chin. James appeared at the door. Your father is in the lobby. Again. I glanced at the security feed. There he stood in his $1,000 suit, now looking slightly worn at the edges. Amazing what a month without foundation-funded wardrobe allowances could do. Send him up, I said. It's time we had a proper conversation. When he entered, I saw the exact moment he registered the changes to his former sanctuary. The Baroque paintings replaced by student artwork. Diana's prized crystal collection replaced by academic awards and scholarship plaques. The place looks Different, he managed. Functional, I corrected. Like a legitimate charitable foundation should be. He sank into a chair looking older than his 60 years. Emily, about the foundation. The SEC has the files, I interrupted. All of them. The fake receipts, the inflated expenses, the personal charges coded as administrative costs. 15 years of fraud, documented in Diana's own meticulous handwriting. We can make this right, he pleaded. Whatever you want. I want you to look at these, I said, sliding forward 5 student files. Maria Rodriguez. Works 3 jobs to support her siblings. Perfect SAT scores. James Chin, no relation. Teaches himself coding between night shifts at his parents' restaurant. Sarah Williams. What are these? The first recipients of actual charitable grants from the foundation. Kids who deserve a chance. Kids like I was, before you let Diana convince you I wasn't worthy of your social circle. He flinched. That was different. No, it wasn't. I stood, walking to the window overlooking the ocean. But it taught me something valuable. Success isn't about which clubs you belong to or who your parents are. It's about what you build, who you help, and how you use your power. And this is how you use yours. Destroying your family. I turned back to him. No, this is me building a new one. Every student who comes through this program will be part of the Sterling Scholars family. They'll have mentorship, support, and opportunities. Everything Diana made sure I didn't get. His phone buzzed. From his expression, I knew it was Diana. Probably discovering another locked door, another denied credit card, another social humiliation. The SEC investigation goes public next week, I said. You have 2 choices. Fight it, lose everything, and face federal charges. Or sign control of the foundation over to the independent board I've established, step down quietly, and keep enough assets to live comfortably, though not extravagantly. And Diana? Can keep her spa membership, I smiled. The basic one. No privileges, no suite access, no special treatment. Just like she gave me. He stared at the student files again, then at the transformed suite around him. Finally, he reached for the papers I'd placed on the desk. You really did it, didn't you? He said quietly. Built all this while we weren't looking. No, I corrected him. I built it while you were looking down on me. Turns out being underestimated is the greatest advantage of all. As he signed the transfer documents, I turned back to the window. Below, a group of scholarship students was touring the grounds, their futures as bright as the summer sun on the ocean. Karma's interesting, isn't it? I mused. Diana banned me from this place a month ago, thinking it was her kingdom. Now she can't even get past the front desk without my permission. He stood to leave, looking lost in his own former domain. Oh, and father? I called after him. Do give Diana my best. Tell her I've redecorated the spa's platinum suite too. It's a student study lounge now. Much better use of the space, don't you think? The door closed behind him and I returned to signing acceptance letters. Each one represented a life changed, a future brightened, and a very different kind of power than the one Diana had wielded. Sometimes karma needs a CEO's touch.